for a good teacher, I think if two student approaches to learn Buddhism, one comes with like, one is millionaire and he has like lots of offering money to offer, and like he gives this huge packet of money, teach me Buddhism. Okay, teach me the like higher level of Buddhism. And another person comes like with just a scarf or just some flower or something, just one not so expensive thing, and says like, teach me Buddhism. Okay, I also need to be clear with this person with big packet of money has not much enthusiasm to practice. I can see clearly. And another one doesn't have much money or anything to offer, but he has this enthusiasm. I want to practice Buddhism. Very big enthusiasm. Then I think for a good teacher, if he had only a choice to choose one, then that should be the other one, not the first one. Because there's also one incident with one of our teachers. He himself or some of his friends went to Tibet, and there is like one retreatant guru, retreatant master, who all time is into retreat, and he is also known as very realized and learned master. And the Khenpo went to him and said, I want to learn and practice with you. And he asked, how long are you going to stay? He said, probably 6 months approximately. And he said, okay, you are not here to practice. You go return. You don't have to be here.
Because you need to practice all your life.
Because he could see that 6 months means he has enthusiasm as size of that 6 months. But what he need to give to the student needs maybe 3 years.
But so what about the story of Ladakh and the Buddhist people who turn to Muslim religion because Buddhist was too expensive for them?
Yeah.
So why? Because you told us that.
Yeah, because in the society, Buddhist society, there is like many rituals in your life also. In a Buddhist family, you have birth ceremony. There is this before marriage. There is like one ordination kind of ceremony, marriage ceremony, and after that there's lots of ceremony, and most importantly the death ceremony. And in these things also you need to go through a protocol, social protocol. There's thing you should do, you should not do with these protocols, with these traditions. And apart from that, the monasteries have these different programs throughout the year. You need to participate. If the monastery is your community, you need to participate with them. You need to sponsor probably for them. And some monasteries might be creating a program like worthwhile for them, but some monasteries are just creating these events just to accumulate money only. And anyhow, like most of the family, they need to spend a lot throughout the year. Maybe 50% of their annual income or 30% of their annual income. But if there would just have been 50% or 30%, it might have been okay for them. But it comes into the amount of the money, how they spend into this. And if they are unable to spend enough money, then like even the people of their society criticizes them. It makes them very hard. The priests don't want to offer their service to these poor people. Then the problem arises. And in Nepal also, there is like lots of Christianization happening. And problem is that one of the problem was from its own society. Because there is this caste system in Nepal, and there is this people who make shoes, like what we say, like one is smith who goes through the metal, and for the shoes it's shoemaker. Sorry?
Cobbler?
A cobbler maybe, yeah. So all of them are or even artists also, they are categorized into the lowest caste. And in the villages, it was like pervasive all around. And even in today, there are probably lots of places in Nepal where the caste system is still existing. There is this common water stream in the village, so everybody go there to fill their pot from their kitchen to have your kitchen running, or the washing things, or to cook your food you need water. And when a woman comes from the lower caste, oh, you don't come here, you are not allowed to come here because of their religion, because of their tradition. And most importantly, because they are, even though there is four kind of castes, all of them are accommodated into Hindu religion. But at the same time, the low castes are not allowed to enter the temple. That means technically you are not a Hindu. You are not allowed to worship your God, entering into the God's temple. Then you are technically not a Hindu. And that was the real problem. And those kinds of people feel very easy when like Christian people come and turn into Christian. It might not be good idea, but for them it's good idea because they are providing you some help also at the same time. And apart from that, most importantly, you have this authority to practice your religion if you turn Christianity into Christian. And even though it's considered as a huge problem in Nepal, the biggest fault is not from the Christian. They are like funding is okay. They are funding, they are using the fund is okay. But they did not accept these people into their own community. So those kinds of things is also like you are not involving them within the society. When someone wants you to like get away from that community and get into their own community, that means you have to convert.
But it's a little contradiction if you say like we don't need like to crave some stuff, like some materialistic thing, and if they are like not well seen because they don't have like enough money to give or enough money, this is like a little contradiction with the way of living.
Well, what it is that the people in those communities and in those the priests or monks or lamas, they're not practicing properly.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like you can't say that just because I'm a Buddhist, I'm a perfect Buddhist.
Okay.
And what the big what Perik has been alluding to is that even a big problem in the Buddhist community is that the people aren't practicing properly.
Okay.
That they're not choosing the less fortunate person and teaching him, even though he cannot buy all of the offerings and he cannot buy all of the things and pay for all of the ceremonies, that they are rejecting those people, and that this is not correct. This is not the way of Buddhism.
Okay. Because the money
and that's why people are turning away from Buddhism.
It's
and that's
turn away. Yeah, because like they don't have money to.
Because they are being looked on the same way, like in the caste system with the Hindus, they are being looked on in a certain manner, and in this manner, they are being seen to not be appeasing the culture or the traditions of that religion.
Okay.
Because they're focusing on it more in a religious sense than in a philosophical sense.
Okay. And the money too is like.
Yeah, and again, if you go back to the Buddha's teachings, Buddha didn't teach these traditions and these ceremonies and these offerings. Buddha never taught that you needed to have these things. If anything, Buddha was part of a system, like a Hindu system, that already came from these things, and he was reforming it, bringing the truth from it, and showing people the real way. And unfortunately, people not all of the Buddhist teachers or practitioners or communities are practicing it the right way.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, like in India and Nepal, like 3,000 years ago, it was like whole like few thousand years of rule from Veda religion. It's same as Hindu religion, but they call it Vedic era and Vedic religion. And then was when it was like the caste system happened, and the whole people were fed up with this caste system, irritated by the system, and then the new religion started to happen. Religion like Charvak, Jain, many other religions started to happen, come and succeed another religion, and another religion happens, and at the last Buddhism also happened, and then Buddha make it clarified that caste system is like a wrong practice, and also like there should be like what you might be rich, you might be poor, but you need to have equality. You don't like rich people only have the authority and privilege, poor people only don't have the privilege. Then that's a problem. That's a maybe not good religion or spirituality. And then maybe Buddha reformed it, as he said, like reformation happened. But again, coming to today's era, when after 2600 years, even Buddhism or Buddhist society is happening in such a way that there is this inequality, like rich people have all the privilege, poor people don't have a privilege. And that's why I'm not saying that you are not necessarily, you need to spend that money. I'm saying this unnecessary thing that the poor people also need to spend that much of it, money.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, welcome. Let's we have a break, and on the other session we will have cause and effect.
Karma.